enlightened life, unlock inner serenity. The monk who discovered silence. A young monk was struggling to find peace and tranquility in his meditation practice. He would sit for hours, but his mind would always wander. He would think about his past, his future, his problems, his desires. He could never seem to quiet his mind. One day, the monk went to see his teacher. "Master," he said, "I am struggling to find silence in my meditation. My mind is always so busy." The teacher smiled. "Come with me," he said. The teacher led the monk to a busy market square. The air was filled with the sounds of people talking, laughing, and haggling. There were the sounds of animals, the sounds of carts and carriages, the sounds of music and laughter. "Listen," said the teacher. "Can you hear the silence?" The monk was confused. "Silence?" he asked. "But there is so much noise." "Yes," said the teacher. "But if you listen closely, you can hear the silence underneath it all." The monk closed his eyes and listened. At first, he could only hear the noise. But then, slowly, he began to hear the silence. It was a subtle sound, but it was there. It was the sound of the air moving, the sound of the sun shining, the sound of the world in balance. The monk opened his eyes and smiled. "Thank you, master," he said. "I hear it now." The monk returned to his meditation practice, and this time, he was able to find silence. He realized that silence was not the absence of noise, but the presence of noise, but the presence of peace. It was the sound of the universe in harmony. The monk continued to practice, and eventually he became a master of silence. He could sit for hours without moving or speaking, and his mind would be completely still. He would often go to the market square and sit in the middle of the noise, and people would come from all over to listen to his silence. The monk's silence was a reminder that there is always peace to be found, even in the midst of chaos. It was a reminder that we can find stillness in our hearts, even when the world around us is in turmoil. The monk's story teaches us that silence is not about shutting out the world, but about opening our hearts to the beauty of the present moment. It is about finding peace in the midst of chaos and stillness in the midst of motion. And joy and peace. Thank you.